Spud's first attempt in the dunk competition, and John, it looks like he's measuring things out pretty closely.
Well, he is. He's got a flair for the dramatic, Rick, and he's a hometown guy. The crowd really loves him, and he's fresh off his visit on the Tonight Show the other night, so he's got a flair.
John, that ball looked like it hit Spud and came out. That's what he's saying. It hit him in the head, I think, and bounced back out of the basket.
It looked like it. He didn't make the shot, though.
Let's take a look at the replay. Here it is. Oh, definitely hit him right on the forehead.
No
bounced right
about
out.
It. Look how high up he is. 5'7".
The littlest man in the competition, and his score, 46 points. So Spud Webb gets things off to a flying start. His teammate Dominique Wilkins, defending champion, congratulating him.
A little extra respect there, I think, from that glance of Dominique.
Now, Terrence Stansbury. First round, his first attempt, he had 34.
Whoa!
That's the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, 360, and that's what turned him on in Indiana last year when he finished third in his slam dunk.
Stansbury had a little difficulty first round. Missed his first two attempts, came back, and there it is in slow motion, the 360 Statue of Liberty.
I thought he might save that, but he went to it right away.
Right, of course, he came in third last year in that competition, and Indiana had his big cheering section with him, his coaching staff.
Yeah, he has a staff of advisors here.
Now the second dunk of Roy Hinson. The first round had a 35.
Basic slam off the right wrist there. Roy at 6'9.5" is the tallest competitor this year.
John, he's more like a power dunker. Doesn't seem like he really gets a tremendous amount of creativity in his dunks. Let's take another look at it. Little cuff job.
Yeah, that's real nice when there's 9 other men on the court, but for this contest it's a little basic. There's not much flair there from Roy.
Well, he said that he thought he could win because he was the best. He certainly gets great elevation, but he doesn't have a lot of charisma when he goes up. I mean, I'd like to have his bad dunks.
Well, here's the guy who's shaking up the New York Knicks lineup, Gerald Wilkins. He's in for Orlando Woolridge, who couldn't make it this year because he hurt his hand.
Well, he shook him up with a 44 in his first attempt. Here goes for the second try. Over the chair.
Oh!
Right.
He talked about that the other day. He wanted to do something special, and that was it. He put that chair about 4 feet out in front of the basket.
No, he didn't put it there. Trent Tucker put it there.
That's true. Yeah, his teammate.
Another look. Over the chair.
Isn't that incredible? And I'll tell you, Rick, he is no taller than 6'5".
Well, the smaller guys, it seems that it creates some sort of an illusion that they're doing more. The big guys, it doesn't seem like they have to take quite as much effort to do it. So the little guys have a little advantage in that respect. Well, now, Terry Tyler.
Terry Tyler is the oldest competitor here at 29 years old. Now a member of the Sacramento Kings. Let's see what he brings.
Your basic stuff, John. Your basic stuff.
Yeah, he's starting out easily. A lot of guys figure they want to start out and save their best stuff for later. Unfortunately, though, if the first stuff isn't good enough, he won't get to the second round.
Another look, Terry Tyler. He really said that he did his best jumping when he was back in college. He had a 45-inch vertical leap, and it looks like he's lost a little bit of that, John.
Terry looks like he's tired a little bit now.
36, so not a very good score for Terry Tyler. Now the third try of Jerome Kersey.
Whoa! Off the backboard, one-handed slam.
Jerome had 39 and 43 in his two previous attempts, and this player plays with reckless abandon, and he dunks exactly the same way. Here he goes, off the glass. Look at his head, almost at the rim level.
Michael Thompson, his teammate in his rookie year, called him Jerome Crazy.
His third attempt, a 47. So an outstanding effort on the part of Jerome Kersey.
Well, he had a lot of creativity on that one, and certainly a lot of athleticism.
Now Paul Pressey, his third attempt. He had 44 and 35. Again, just more or less kind of your basic cuff dunk, and not a lot of creativity there, John.
Paul Pressey just finished that stuff. Not too high in the air. I mean, Paul works out of the backcourt as a point forward for Don Nelson. Take another look at it. A basic dunk. Another one of those much more effective when there are 9 other guys on the court.
Well, yes, John, he started off with a 44, 35, and now a final 37. And previous attempts for Spud Webb on his final try. Double clutch two-hander.
He just got some advice from Calvin Murphy before he did that one.
And the fans holding up their tens. The local favorite, Spud Webb. And this floor, John, is a new floor just for this weekend. And the fellow who put it down was telling me that it has a lot of spring in it. And Spud Webb showing you that indeed it does have spring, but he has got springs in his legs. Let's take another look at that move. There's the two-hand plant, two-footed plant. the double clutch, and he takes it home.
Not only does he get up there, but he hangs, Rick. You know, I'm picking up some anticipation here of a 50.
47 for Spud Webb on his third and final attempt here in the first round.
And there's some boos. The crowd thought that was a 50.
Now here's Terrence Stansbury. We've got a dunk off. He is tied with Jerome Kersey. And he catches his own pass, double clutches it home. Now that's the move that he missed in his first attempt earlier when he missed 2 times consecutively and had to go conservatively.
What a special move.
And on the dunk off, Kersey tries to go for the 2-ball dunk, comes up a little bit short on the second one, and that means Terrence Stansbury wins the first round dunk off, and he will move into the semifinals. So here are the standings after the first round, and you'll be seeing the semifinals, which is coming up next. Of what happened in the first round, the semifinalist Dominique Wilkins on a bye, Spud Webb, the sentimental favorite here, the local boy, Gerald Wilkins, and Terrence Stansbury, who made it in the dunk off, and those eliminated Paul Pressey, Hinson, and Terry Tyler, along with Jerome Kersey. So Spud Webb getting ready for his first dunk here in the second round.
Oh, my goodness.
John, this young man has been so impressive, and a crowd with a standing ovation. You see the 10s flashing.
That is out of sight.
You know the one thing, John, the creativity of Webb.
Absolutely, Rick. Look at this. It looks like he's taking a shot. Now the timing that ball should bounce just right. He meets it at the height and does a reverse.
A 50 for Spud Webb, and a deserved mark for sure. And that puts the heat on the defending champion, who is up next, Dominique Wilkins.
The first of the brother acts. Gerald Wilkins filling in for Orlando Woolridge today. Made it to the semis. So this is Dominique, the reigning champion. Take that, little guy.
Now you see the difference between Dominique, John, and a player like a Tyler or a Hinson is they're power dunkers as well. That was a power move, but the creativity. I mean, he's like a piece of artwork in the air.
He's something special. Two-handed power hook slam.
Little windmill action coming up. That was the kind when you run to the basket playing, John, you say, see you later, Dominique, and clear out. A 46 for Dominique Wilkins, so he's trailing Spud Webb.
The crowd wants Spud Webb, but they also want Dominique. Rick, I think the crowd is confused. They don't know what they want.
Well, one thing for sure is his brother, Gerald Wilkins, gets ready for his first dunk, is that we'll have 2 players going, and the scores don't really count.
Stayed with it. Nice dunk, but a tough act to follow after.
Well, Spud Webb kind of set the scene, I would say.
He created some pressure.
There we go, a little slow motion. Not quite the style of and the flair of his older brother.
That's one you want when you know you're ahead and you have to put something up that's pretty good.
37 for Gerald. And Terrence Stansbury, of course, we mentioned the surprise of last year's competition on his home floor in Indianapolis. You can see that he's still, of course, carrying that entourage along with him.
Boy, he gets up, doesn't he? Puts it off the backboard and then meets it at the top of the leaf there.
Again, showing the great versatility and the timing of these terrific athletes. The concentration. And the perfect timing.
Look at him hang there. Terrence Stansbury at 6'5", and look, his head is almost up at the rim.
Well, you saw his head was up near the bottom of the backboard. Now, when Julius Erving hit his head on the basket up in Denver, they started thinking about changing the backboard. And so this year, that backboard is 6 inches shorter underneath, just for that reason we just showed you. Had it been 6 inches lower that time, Stansbury would have hit his head on the bottom of the backboard. So for safety factors, the NBA has instilled that shorter backboard, and it's working. I never had that problem.
You're two-handed stuffer, weren't you?
No, I never had that problem, John, believe me.
Spud has a flair for the dramatic, as you can see. He measures the floor, and you know his confidence is really building now, and he feels he can take time.
Very conservative.
It's conservative, but it still wins people, and probably the judges, because you're just reminded over and over again that the guy is 5'7".
When you look and you see the bottom of his feet and how far they are off the ground, it is impressive.
Now I wonder, as this thing moves along, if he will show fatigue.
Well, let's watch again. Spud Webb on a rather conservative dunk, but look how far out he took off. That's the one element that should be taken into consideration in the scoring. He still gets 42 points.
Well, he's going to blow away the argument that a lot of people have when they say they're too small to play basketball, isn't he?
And here's our defending champion.
Now, he's got some pressure on him. He's got to get creative all the way.
Okay. I think he must have heard you, John.
I'll tell you, if that's not a 4-9 or a 5-0, I'll be surprised.
Again, the flair, the creativity, and the power. He has all of the elements that you would can ask for in a dunker, and he really takes pride in what he does.
Look at this. Over the head.
Double clutch over the head with power, and another angle.
I mean, how does he know where the basket is? He can't see it here.
Look at his head, right up. His head was at rim level.
Great move.
Not only horizontal, but vertical leap
he's
as
unhappy.
well.
He's unhappy.
47.
I'm surprised. Judges are tough this year, Rick. I was a judge last year. We were much more lenient.
Here comes Terrence Stansbury. And that time he took off inside the free throw line, and you notice the difference in the result.
Nice dunk. I have to remind people that these fellows are competing for $12,000 in first prize money. $7,500 to the second place man. $55 to third place, and $2,500 to the fourth place finisher.
There's Stansbury. There's the step just inside the free throw area, but now he got the height, and on the way down takes it home.
A score of 39.
For Stansbury.
Tough judges. That was a high-ranking dunk, I thought. Wonder who the culprit is. Staubach?
I don't know. Bill Russell keeps waving a finger at Sad Sanders. Let's see what Spud comes up with. He goes back to the double clutch move.
That gets him. Boy, the crowd loves him. He's a hometown guy here in Dallas.
And a look at that dunk from our Midgie cam.
All right. His features became much clearer, I noticed, as he got up higher.
It was tougher breathing, though.
Just to show you how high he gets up.
Spud Webb, and that should certainly move him into the final round of competition. And our defending champion, Dominique Wilkins, a man who has become such an outstanding all-around player this year, has really blossomed into a superstar.
That's his bread and butter.
Well, he knew he could get into the finals with a reasonably decent score, and he was taking no chances. He's saving the big stuff for his 2 dunks in the finals. Here it goes again. And our fourth and final competitor here in the semifinals, Terrence Stansbury.
Oh,
now there's creativity.
He was 7. I think he did that one last year, too. Catches the ball.
And a double clutch move through the Midgie cam. Throw it up, catch it. Little double clutch move, take it down and bring it back. Outstanding. That should certainly, I would think, another angle from behind Stansbury. Marvelous move.
You know, we have the benefit here of the second look at it, and it's 1 point from perfection for Terrence Stansbury. So the judges really saw that one well.
With totals of 138 points, our 2 finalists are defending, well, first Spud Webb, the local favorite, from the Dallas area, and the defending champion, Dominique Wilkins. So it's an Atlanta Hawk final.
Isn't that great? Boy, that goes along with their season, doesn't it?
And then John and I will be back later with the finals of the Slam Dunk Championship. This is it. The moment everyone's been waiting for to select the champion of the Slam Dunk this year, the Gatorade Slam Dunk, Spud Webb. Now, what do you think of his chances?
Well, I think they've improved greatly. Now, 2 dunks on the final round instead of 3.
Without being able to palm the ball.
Out of sight. Out of sight.
The partisan crowd holding up their scores of 10. Let's see what the judges come up with. There's a good look at the Spud man, and they give him a 50. Now Dominique is going to have to reach into his bag of tricks, I think, John.
He knows what a 50 takes.
Here's Spud again. 360.
Now the man can't palm it, but he did a one-handed dunk because he was up so high.
Back live, Dominique Wilkins missing his first opportunity. Remember, he is allowed a miss.
That's the pressure showing itself.
Now, that was a 360 move that was rather impressive also.
Heck of a dunk. But, you know, the crowd has to influence the judging. I just feel that. And that's a great one. And that's a 50 in many situations.
Well, let's see what the judges come up with. Let's see if they take into account that he did miss the first time. Oh, they didn't, John.
Right.
Well, you hit that one right on the head, John.
You see, the judges weren't affected by the lack of crowd response to Dominique.
Let's see if Spud goes for the fake shot, the long ball that he did in the second round.
Final dunk now.
And Spud Webb comes through in the clutch to put the pressure on Dominique.
This is so great. I mean, here's a couple of teammates. They lived together for 7, 8 months a year, and now they're going at each other. Great feeling.
And another 50 for Spud Webb.
Now the pressure's on the judges.
Dominique Wilkins. Do or die right here. I don't think so, John. That was impressive, but I don't think that was 50.
I bet a 50. I want a dunk off. I want a sudden dunk. I want a sudden dunk.
Sudden dunk.
The judges, I'm telling you, the judges had more pressure on that than Dominique, because you know he's going to deliver something. Look at it.
I think Spud's going to win.
The judges are dying over there.
I don't think that dunk by Dominique was a 50. Let's see what happens as the crowd chants Spud.
It's like the Olympics.
Oh, how people love the underdog. 49, 48, our new slam dunk champion with an incredible upset. Spud Webb.
Well, you picked Dominique. I didn't think this guy had a chance.
Shows you how much we know.
What a surprise. Boy, that was thrilling.
$12,000 in prize money goes to Spud Webb, who you could see how pleased he was. Seems to have a lot of emotion. What a terrific performance. Let's take a look at, from the Midgie cam, the second dunk of Spud Webb. Off the glass on the bounce. Marvelous timing.
Perfection.
2 50s for the little man.
5'7" tall.
Well, he and, of course, Manu Bol have created so much excitement around the NBA. It's really terrific to see that happen. And what that does, it gives so much hope to all the little men who play the game of basketball throughout the country. And a major upset of the weekend here.
This will have severe implications on his career and his endorsement powers, I would think, huh?
We'll be back with an interview with our winner, Spud Webb, in just a moment.